Okay, thank you so much. So I'm Clem. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Clip. And Clip is the world's first plug-and-play device to upgrade any bike into an e-bike. So you all know that Paris and the Parisian voted this weekend the end of e-scooters. We do believe that bikes are the best platform to move in a city. Now, bikes are, for most people, too much effort. That's why we invented Clip. So Clip is a plug-and-play device, a portable device that you can attach. I'm going to do it for you right now, starting with the Bluetooth remote. And then the device itself that you can attach to the front wheel of any bike to transform the bike into an e-bike. That's, you know, quite easy to do with personal bikes or any shared bikes. When you are done with the ride, you can just detach the device from the bike and continue your life. The bike is exactly as it was before you attach the motor. Clip will give you 15 miles, or I think it's 24 kilometers per hour speed for 10 to 15 miles. So I think it's close to 20 kilometers. It, of course, costs a lot less than a conventional e-bike, standard e-bike in the US, but the same in Europe. The average price is between $1,500 to $2,000 or euros. Clip is sold today for $500. So the mission of the company is really to make it very easy, very accessible for any commuter to switch from polluting ways of commute to their bike. In the world, there are a bit more than 2 billion bikes for 1 billion cars. 80% of commuters in Europe or in the US have access to a personal or shared bike. So it's absolutely a huge market that can have a huge impact because the commutes, you know, in cities are less than 6 miles and contributes to a bit more than 30% of green gas emission. You know that this market is huge today. It's going to keep growing in the future. Again, by nature, bikes are the best vehicle for city urban commutes. So today is a 49 billion market for e-bike. It will be in 10 years close to 100 billion. So. Clip doesn't have really any comparative similar product in the market. You need to buy an e-bike that is a lot more cumbersome and expensive, or you need to transform your bike into an e-bike by changing the front wheel or adding different attachments. It's a lot of DIY. So Clip is the first plug-and-play device and the only one at this moment. So here we see the different alternatives for e-bikes or for DIY kit. A lot more expensive, not very easy to use or to install. So we, after a few years now, because we founded the company in 2018, we are ready to scale productions. We launch a bit more than 200 units in the US. The feedback from our customers is absolutely excellent. We have people starting biking after 50 years. I think I have some picture of them. Here are some picture of our customers, people who started biking after 50 years, people who decided to totally switch from their car to their bike to commute every day. We have the CTO of Burning Man, who organized the festival in the desert, in the Black Rock Desert in Nevada, with his bike and with Clip, I think clocking a bit more than 500 miles last
1 minute
year
warning
with the unit. So we are right now raising a fund to scale production. We have a bit more than 1,000 pre-order. We can produce 250 units a month at this stage. This is what we are doing this month. We can scale to 500 units a month this summer and getting closer to 1,500 units at the end of this year. So we are raising 1.5 million. We raise a bit more than 900 at this point, and we think that we will get the remaining amount by the end of this month. We have a WeFounder, so crowd equity campaign online, of course, and pitching and having like a few deals. Thank you.
How much are you trying to raise?
1.5 to 2 million.
And do you have any committed yet?
We have 900,000. So
perfect.
Close to 1 million at this point, yeah. And we have visibility, I will say, for the rest before the end of this month. So it's just a great timing for investors at this point, because we know 90% that this round will close in the next 3 weeks.
Perfect. And it looks like Puja is going to be joining as well. I'll let him do an introduction in a second. But first, Gabriel, you want to take things away with questions? And for questions, feel free to jump in whenever. There's no real format for this, guys. So if you've got questions, just take them away when you've got no need for hands, etc.
Perfect. Well, Clem, really appreciate the overview, and definitely an interesting product. I'd love to just hear a little bit more, kind of understand that scaling production is sort of the use of funds for this round, but we'd love to just hear a little bit more around the manufacturing strategy and how you're approaching that. If you're doing it in-house, working with partners, just a little bit more color around that.
Yes, so we are using a 3PL based in India, southwest India, a 3PL that produce parts for larger companies like BMW, cars company. We are today in a conversation with an investor / manufacturer. My co-founder, who is Indian, is in India right now, to finalize this manufacturing / investment agreement. They are a very large e-bike company in India, manufacturing and distributing in India, which is the first e-bike market in the world, as you know. So we have a visibility with our current manufacturer to get to scale to 500 and 1,500 by the end of this year. So this is our conservative, I would say, alternative. But if this deal goes through, I think we will be faster there, combining basically both assembly lines. At this point, we produce clip with 4% defect rate, so it's really low for hardware products, and we have a clip produced for a bit less than $300 for a price that was $549. So we currently make significant margin on each unit we sell.
Jump in with the question. Huge fan of bikes, especially for the last mile commuting. I'm curious about your decision to build for North America. If you could share a bit about the thinking around your market approach and how you plan your future go-to-market, that would be fantastic. And any color on the 100 to 200 units that you have in use right now, if you know how people are using, if it's recreational versus commuting.
Yes, so we are based in North America. We are based in New York. This is Brooklyn, shipyard, Navy Yard. We like implement a D2C, a direct to customer approach with a network of promoters that earn a commission promoting Clip. So this network of promoters includes large bike retailers, Decathlon in France or Europe. It's REI in the US. It includes also bike shops. It includes also ambassadors like
They're promoters or distributors? Are you selling to them? That sounds different.
No, yeah, we call it promoters because we implement a D2C with them having a pop-up store, for example, in Decathlon. Okay, where we get, all the data from the customer. The sales is actually registered in our system, not in Decathlon system, or not in the bike shop system. So we get all the advantage of being a pure D2C, I would say, company. But at the same time, we benefit from channels that are already established. Sorry for the noise. 60% of all e-bikes accessories are sold in bike shops and retail stores.
And then in terms of the market for, or how your bikes are currently being used today, how do you see that so far?
Yeah. So it's clearly an early adopter market at this point, and we are like just starting. So we have 200 units sold in 38 states in the US. So it's all kind of geographies, conditions, and customer profiles. So we have people who are retired and use it as a recreational, way to catch up with the kids, with the grandkids, but 60% of our customers are using it daily for commute.
Just to follow up and dig a little bit more into those kind of ideal customer profiles. So kind of hearing that you're, targeting broadly any commuter, talking about benefits in terms of kind of last mile urban commuting. And it sounds like sort of in data gathering mode right now on like which are the kind of ideal profiles for longer term scaling. And so just kind of wanting to make sure that that's a correct understanding if there's sort of any like sort of subsets of customers that you think are particularly attractive, why not, and kind of like what your ideal customer profile is with the data that you have so far, if you have kind of a conclusion around that.
So I guess you are a mobility guy. You are interested in mobility. I'm sure you bike. When you bike in cities, people stop at the traffic light, start maybe with a comment on the bike. Clip is a statement. When you see it on a bike, it's definitely something that you see. Okay. So this morning, I commute use it. I was stopped like 2 times, for people asking me what is this, someone try it, on my bike this morning. So it's a product that I think early on will sell like this, just through word of mouth and people using it. So naturally, we haven't spent any money on marketing. We have like a bit more than 1,500 pre-orders. Naturally, this word of mouth start working. I think that we are going to continue structuring and so targeting like people who are similar in a way, people who commute every day in large cities. So in New York, for example, it's close to 1 million. There are 12 million people in the US who use a bike at least twice a week. So it's a very low impact in terms of cost. It's not expensive to structure ambassador program to have, for example, barcodes, that people can scan to get a discount and so buy and sell, promote the product this way. I'm not sure I understand. I answer perfectly.
Who buys this versus who buys this versus a standalone e-bike?
So a standalone e-bike, yeah. It's 4 times less expensive than an e-bike. And e-bikes are stolen, every 30 seconds in the US, an e-bike is stolen, Any e-bike sold today will be stolen in the next 18 months. It's a lot of constraints to have an e-bike in a large city. I think like a lot of people who are interested today in buying an e-bike will eventually be interested in buying Clip. Yeah.
What kind of reaction have you gotten from investors, and why did you have to go to WeFunder? I feel like everything about this screams obvious. It seems much better than an e-bike for just about every reason that you said. If I'm going to steal a bike, I'd rather steal an e-bike. It's not as heavy.
Yeah.
It's cheaper. Yeah. It's easier. It's lighter. It's better for the environment. Why is it not exploding?
So we raised 2 million in the past, and we are raising 2 more million now. For a hardware company, it's in this kind of context, it's good. I think we have a good level of traction from investors. Clip is built for the world. Our goal is to impact climate change. We want the world to own a part of it. It just made sense for us that WeFunder or crowd equity platform was the perfect way for us to have more people align with the mission joining us.
What kind of results have you got so far from that?
From WeFunder, we raise a bit more. So in total, we raise on this round a bit more than we are close to 900,000. From WeFunder, I think it's a bit more than 130. We just started. It was like the campaign was, I think, launched publicly 1 week, 2 weeks ago.
Why WeFunder versus crowdfunding? Just letting people pre-buy the product. And any other investors or panelists, just jump in when you want to jump in. Sorry, I just had a bunch of questions.
Crowdfunding, they will, in a way, be a stakeholder, but they are shareholders, with WeFunder. They own the company, So that's, for us, it's another level of involvement. It means a lot for us to have like people like believing in the mission to the point that they want to have a share in this company.
I have a couple questions. Sorry, I'm coming in super late and I'm pretty sure I missed the main portion of your pitch. But based on some of what you had just said, I guess I was curious about, so you talked about one on the go-to-market strategy, like a few different like ways of doing that. So one was via, it sounded like you said channel partners, but with like Decathlon, yes. REI, all these. So can you go into more of like, what's the structure of those partnerships actually? Is there some sort of commission model or something like that? So would love to know about that. Then the other was, you talked about like the D2C and how you're planning on encouraging some of that viral sort of sharing with the QR codes on the bike. So tell me more about some of those organic methods. And then finally, on the actual kind of product, and again, I apologize if you already went over this, I'd love to know how easy is it to like actually retrofit? How does this actually get around the challenge of things being stolen? Is it just not a high value enough item? Or like, I imagine it could be like, if it's easy enough, you could just kind of like take it off and that would actually make it easier to steal. But like, or it might get lighter and easier to carry. I'm not sure, but but maybe you can take it off and take it with you inside. I don't know, but like
that's the actual product. They take it off and take it inside.
Okay, there you go. Okay, so it's really easy to retrofit and take on and off. Then, great. So, okay, so then just more the go-to-market questions.
Okay. So that's really easy and unique. So no one else, has or even a similar alternative. The only other way is to buy an e-bike or to transform your bike, in the way that it becomes an e-bike forever and always. Okay. Here we don't want to block people in a different lifestyle. Most of the people who bike every day, they like their bike and the experience. They just need a little boost from time to time. So this is Clip. Our first plug and play, a portable, very powerful device that you can have in your backpack. The approach is D2C, direct to consumer, because we need to understand better how people use it, who use it, etc. Now, the bike and e-bike market is structured in a way that most people buy their bike through retailers. So we partner with big one, with manufacturers. So I didn't mention them initially, but we have a partnership with people in the US who build and sell 50 to 100,000 bikes every year. Now, the way we partner with them for the distribution is to have a Clip as a pop-up and a physical pop-up in a pop-up store in their store, so all the sales, all the information goes directly to our system. The sales is actually recorded. They don't have inventory. We ship everything from Clip. Same with bike manufacturer and distributors online. You can buy a bike and buy a Clip, on their websites, but the backend is actually our, Shopify. The sales is recording, all the data goes to our system. So that's the way we do it. It's also a way to limit what we could call the margin or the commission. So the bike industry is usually around 40%. We are speaking about 50% right now. And in the US, it's possible with even a very large retail. The Walmarts, for example, they provide the same kind of mechanism and distribution agreement for similar commissions. It's a huge market that is very easily accessible through D2C and hybrid D2C, I would say. Sorry.
No, that's great. Last question I have is just what are your immediate next milestones?
So right now we are closing this round and scaling production. We have 1,000 pre-orders, so we are going to deliver them this summer. And then our milestone for the year is 7,000 units sold and delivered this year. We want to be closer to 20,000 next year by launching the product this year. Like a few units in Europe, but certainly like a massive launch next year.
And if I could jump in, I don't believe you had a chance to chat about the team and skipped over a bit in terms of IP. Could you talk to us about who's building this and the defensibility of the product?
Okay. And can you still see the screen?
No.
Yeah?
Not anymore.
No, not anymore. Okay. I very quickly reshare this one. Can you see the pictures? Yeah. Okay. So my co-founder is Som, MIT product guy. He spent like the last 15 years building e-mobility solutions, well shares, tricycle. Sorry, I was looking for the names. Several commercial products. I spent the last 15 years in green tech, green energy, green mobility. was also part of a social impact fund. Then we have MIT engineers, Eric, and electrical engineers, and we recruited last year a veteran of the supply chain industry who worked for Motorola, Amazon, with AK. Part of the raise, the money we raise will be used to hire marketing director and certainly an electrical engineer.
What do you view as the biggest risk in the business? If you fail, why will it be?
Yes, so the supply chain, you know, for e-bike is difficult to navigate at this point. So we try to delink clip as much as possible from the supply chain. The difficulty, you know, for all our hardware company, you know, in mobility, is to raise money. It seems that we are, you know, on the good path now. After this raise, the company, you know, should be profitable, and we may have to organize the last round, the Series A, to really launch clip in different geographies. But that's also definitely a challenge for our company.
Are you worried about raising a Series A after doing a WeFunder round? Generally, it sends negative signals to investors.
It's a mixed round, you know. So WeFunder is a part of the money we raise. So at this point is like what, 15% of the money we raise. The rest of the round includes like entrepreneurs, you know, this manufacturer, so fund, climate fund. We have like I think a ton of how do you say, credibility, you know, going this way. Yeah.